Hello, once again. I am not sure if I want to classify this as a guilty pleasure because it was a box office success. So I might categorize this in the guilty pleasure and in the anyway, it is what it is. I want to talk about a film that I just watched. I'm just gonna cut through all the bullshit a few days ago. And if you listen to my Hurricane Heist um, Guilty Pleasure podcast or mention or show or episode or however we're going to categorize this thing, I mentioned about the studio not having faith or trust in films sometimes. And this film, I feel the same way. It is Ready Player One. I'm not sure if, they felt like, oh, Steven Spielberg, he's a lot older and whatever. This film should have been released in the summer. I hate to fucking burst everyone's bubble. The summer doesn't fucking begin realistically until June 21st. But a few years back, they started making it Memorial Day, and now Memorial Day is considered the summer. Now, for whatever reason, because of the Avengers film, now all of a sudden May is considered the summer. It is what it is. I think that this fucking Ready Player One, they fucking dropped the ball on this. They should have pushed this film to around July. This film was so fucking good. I didn't know what to expect. Watching it, I just heard good things about it. I know prior to, certain people were, well, can Spielberg still do it? Da da da. I didn't have any issues with that. I never doubted him. I just wanted to see the film. He's had more hits than he's had misses. So it was just like, okay, let me just check this out. Man, I wish I had fucking seen this in 3D. This shit, I mean, when I saw the trailer, I did enjoy the trailer, but on just a grander fucking scale, I'm sitting there with this shit and I wish I had like rushed and did this episode right after watching it. Maybe I should just check it again and come back. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do another part to this. But this fucking, just, I know it's based off a book or a graphic novel, whatever. The fucking concept alone on the screen was fucking bananas. I mean, very similar to me to like a Tron type of thing, or what's the other animated film that they're doing the sequel to by my man, that's in the Wreck-It Ralph 2, and Wreck-It Ralph 2 that's coming out. The concept, I mean, this shit was dope with the, the mixture of the characters and stuff. I only wish, I mean, look, I could take it or leave it. If you could see some of the characters a little bit longer, like if I could have seen Freddy, other than just the 7 seconds of screen time or less that certain characters got, 15 seconds of something maybe with a little bit of dialogue, a line from Freddy or something like that would have been cool, but I took it just the way that it was. Man, this fucking film, I'm looking at this shit and I'm just like, this reminds me of the days, and we don't see this too much. The last time I experienced waiting online for a movie was probably Man of Steel. Yeah, Man of Steel. Where you waited online and you paid for your ticket. Now it's just, and I went to a very art house movie theater that unfortunately was, a theater that I used to go to when I was a child, and then I like stopped going for whatever reason. I just started going to the multiplexes, and then around the time where I wanted to, when I started going back, it broke my heart to find out that it's, that they closed their theaters. And I swear, if I was a millionaire, I would have purchased that theater. It's now a Marshall's, but yeah, the last time I stood online to watch a film, it was for Man of Steel, and that was 2013, I believe it was. So but this reminds me of one of those films where, you know, fuck, like a and I'm not saying it's in that league. It's just like how I see things in my brain. So you kind of ride with me a little bit. It's, fucking. It's like a, to me, it feels like a fucking classics 80s film. Fucking Last Starfighter, fucking Karate Kid, fucking Top Gun, fucking Aliens. That's what this reminds me of. Fun, fucking sitting on the beach, fun and fucking sun, fucking Ray-Ban, sunglasses, cool ass fucking cars, Miami Vice. This is what this fucking film reminds me of. Not the feel, just not the it's an 80s film. No, it's not that. It's not a, it's not set in the 80s. It just gives me that fucking vibe. Weird science fucking type shit where it's just so high end sci-fi cool ass shit. I love the structure of it, the feel of it. Oh man, the shit to me was. I gotta watch this fucking movie again. Plain and simple. I'll fucking tell you right now. I've seen fucking Infinity War fucking 4 times. And I'm just falling more in love with fucking Thanos. To me, he is the best fucking villain that I've seen since fucking Darth Vader, in my opinion. And the villain in Ready Player One reminds me of like a Mr. Smith character from The Matrix. And when you think about this whole, the science of him going into his virtual world is very reminiscent of a Matrix type environment. I'll get this out of the way. The only thing that bothered me is that, Spielberg did a very cliche type shit. And if you followed me, if you follow me, if you, go into my archives and listen to shit, I hate fucking cliches. And it's something that he does that just irks me. It's like, dude, you've been doing this shit for so long that, I guess you just caught in the, this is all I know. Shit, like I said, I wish I had done it right after I fucking saw the film, because then it would have been fresh in my mind what he does. But it's just like, toward the end, I think is when the female character, I can't remember her name, starts with an A. When she gets caught, this does contain a little bit of a spoiler, so sorry. When she gets caught, it becomes kind of little formulaic cliche shit that, he does. And I'm like, yeah, why would you do that when you could do this? And it would just make it so different, and just to, you have all this exciting stuff that's in this film, and then you go and do that. And for me, it's like, I enjoyed it so much. I've always said that when I see cliches, sometimes it takes me out of a film. But I enjoyed this so much that I kind of can give this a pass. It didn't take me out of it, but it did take my breath to go, oh, why would you do that? Like, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to, like, why would you do this when you could have just done that? Oh, wait a minute. What is it? I think it has to do, okay. It has to do with the car chase scene. And I kind of knew that, okay, just as he is about to get the key, we're going to smash into the car. Because I'm saying that, I go, okay, he's going to reach for it, the car's going to smash into it. And that's what happens. And it gets to a point where it's like, if I can predict it, it gets corny to me. It's like if I can go into a movie and go, he's going to do this, he's going to do that, he's going to do this, he's going to do that, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, he's going to do this, he's going to do that, then it feels like wasted money. It feels like I could have just, stayed at home, wait for it to come out, or wait for somebody to lend me the goddamn movie and just watch it, and just not be moved, But for me, that was the only cliche, and it happened toward the end, I just like the ebb and flow of how this film moved, the special effects, and how he was able to figure shit out. And I like the fact that he created a team, like a Fast and Furious type of environment. He had his online team, his virtual crew, and he stuck with them. It wasn't just about him just solving it on his own, or him versus her type of thing where he meets the girl and she's solving it and yada yada yada, and that's how they get together. No, it's like she joined the team. His friends that he had prior, they joined the team, and they all were like working together to get to the end goal. And I enjoyed it. But just the effects, the level of gameplay, the shit that they were doing, I thought was cool. The lead character, I thought, for somebody that was a little, for someone that was, at least assuming to be smart, came off as a little, feeble-minded when it came to certain things. But then when I started looking at it, as the film was going on, I said, well, he's probably very smart and efficient when it comes to this virtual video game shit. And he's so obsessed with the creator and playing his game every day, so he's very smart at that. But when it comes to real world scenarios and things of that, things that might be a threat or whatever, he's completely clueless, in certain ways. So I could see how he could fall for certain things, like, giving his full name in the virtual world and things of that nature, and the only reason why he was doing that is because of a girl. But, it is what it is. But yeah, I don't, I don't want to, I enjoyed this film a lot. So I'm not sure if I want to classify this as a guilty pleasure or just a very short, episode of my, my podcast, you know. But if you haven't seen this film, go check it out. It was very fucking enjoyable, man. I want to check this out again. The colors and the, like I said, I never doubted Spielberg. I would rather see him do, throughout his career, I would have rather seen him do all these higher end films than do fucking Lincoln, which I didn't see, and Amistad, which I saw and I don't remember because I wasn't really into it. I'm not into slavery shit. It's a setback. When he's doing like a lot of historical fare, I find it rather boring. I like the ETs, and I'd rather him stay high end. Even if he's not, I would have loved to have seen him direct the sequel, be involved and direct the sequel to Men in Black. I know he had produced it and gave it to Sonnenfeld. I think it would have been cool for him to come in. Let me come in on the second one, and then we do a third one. Let Sonnenfeld come in on the third. I can't remember if he did all three. Barry Sonnenfeld did all three, but yeah, I would have liked to have seen him do take on one of the Star Wars, one of the three Star Wars films, the originals. So yeah, I like when he's doing. I like the first Jurassic Park. I like when he's doing the high end sci-fi stuff. I'm really into when he's doing that, or when he's heavily involved and maybe mentoring someone else to take on that project. So I wish that he would stick. I know he's talking about doing a is it Leonardo da Vinci or something with DiCaprio. And I'm just like, oh no, they talking about Ulysses S. Grant. That's what they're thinking about doing. Man, bury that shit. Stick with the high end stuff as far as I'm concerned. I mean, look, I'm one to talk. I am all about people that should grow. Didn't he also do Minority Report too, right? Another film. And he did War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds is great up until a point, and then it kind of falls apart. But the build up and the setup, the build up until toward the end, it gets a little hokey. But again, I can ride with it. And then, when it kind of, when I kind of come down from the high, I'm already on the high enough to say like, it's cool. Is it one of his best? No. But yeah, I like when Spielberg is doing the sci-fi, high-end sci-fi shit. I mean, all his shit is high-end. even Close Encounters, so yeah, highly recommend this film, man. I got to check it out again. Like I said, maybe I'll do another, you know, episode on this film if I'm able to decipher a little bit more. But yeah, I really did enjoy um, Ready Player One. I wish, I had seen it when it first came out, but I'm definitely going to check it out again. And I suggest that you do too. And on that note, I am out of here. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya, because I love being me too much. Ciao, Bella. I'm out. Also, what I want to say is, damn, I forgot the lead actor's name. Watching him, and knowing that he's played Cyclops and stuff like that, I'll call him Mud for right now. Watching him, I think he would be my second runner-up. He would have been my second runner-up. If I'd seen this in time and I was casting the solo film, he would have been my second runner-up. Because there's certain things that I thought that he did that reminded me a little bit of Han Solo. And I said, oh, yeah, I could see him. What's-the-face is still my go-to guy. Baby Driver. I'm spazzing on his name right now. The lead from Baby Driver. That's still my go-to guy. But I could see the lead in Ready Player One if they announced that he was going to be Han Solo. There's little moments where he's very, leader-esque and doing certain things. I say, oh, yeah, I could see him. He has leading man, abilities after watching him in this. Because he's kind of always been like a side guy, in what's-the-face, Cyclops. He's part of a team. Even in this film, he's part of a team, but, he's the lead guy. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to say in closing. So, on that note, I'm out. Go check out Ready Player One. Thank you for listening once again. Later.